Welcome back to Beneath the Long Man's Feet. I told you I wouldn't leave it quite so long before I posted something else here. And here we are in the Northern Hemisphere at Lughnasasgh, Lamms, or harvest time if you prefer. And I'm standing appropriately enough here, as you can see, in front of this wheat field to do this offering for you. But what to do? Well, I thought I'd tell you a story, a true story, mind, something that happened to me just the other day. For I was standing in a field like this with my face turned towards the late summer sun, basking in his warmth and his loveliness, when I saw these three guys come out of the west. Now, I thought I recognised these three guys. I thought they were the three guys that jumped me earlier on in the year and threw me in a ditch and threw earth over me and left me for dead. Can you believe that, huh? Well, I thought I'd ignore them and just continue enjoying the sun and the gentle breeze around my ears. But as they got closer, I realised it was the same three guys. And when they got closer still, they whipped out their knives and they cut off my knees and they rolled me around in the ground and tied me up with their twine and threw me back into the back of their wagon and drove me off to their barn. And once in their barn, they treated me most barbarously, I can tell you. Yeah, they took their flailing sticks and they thrashed me. They thrashed the skin from my flesh. They thrashed the flesh from my bones. And they took the wet flesh and they put it in a big vat to brew. And then, I gotta tell you, that hurt quite a lot. But then they took my bones and put them in a sack and took me to the miller. Now, if you think those three guys treated me badly, you should see what the miller did. You won't believe it. He took my bones and he put me between two big stones, and the turning stones ground my bones into a fine flour. And that really smarted. Oh, yeah. And then, if that wasn't enough, he took that fine flour and baked a loaf of bread, which was the finest loaf of bread you would have ever seen. And did he give it to me? No, he gave it to those three men. Yes, and those three men, they took that loaf back to their barn. Then they picked up their nut brown bowls. And they dipped those bowls into the vat of my brewing flesh, the ale that was made from my body. And they drank the ale, and they broke the bread, and they laughed, and they said, "John Barleycorn is dead." For, yes, I am indeed John Barleycorn. But you know what? I knew I would prove to be the strongest man of all. Oh yes. For as they dipped their bowls again and drank again, I laughed. And they dipped their bowls and drank more of my ale, I laughed again. And as they dipped their bowls once more into the ale, I laughed louder. Because one by one, all three of them fell into a drunken stupor. And here I was, John Barleycorn, proving to be the strongest man of all, still standing tall. So yes, I am John Barleycorn, the god of the harvest, of life and rebirth, and death and rebirth, and so on. They wrote a song about me. You might have heard it. Without a little barleycorn, a huntsman can't blow his horn. So what, you say? Hunting's illegal in this country, and we don't like hunting anyway, so we don't care about that. Well, fair enough. The song also says, without a little barleycorn, a tinker can't mend your pots, eh? And you say, pots? We don't mend pots. If we need new pots, we go to John Lewis or buy some more. Or in these cash-strapped times, we might get them from Argos, but we certainly don't get them mended. No. So what am I to you, then? Just the god of strong ale? Well, I can see that some of you don't think that is a particularly bad idea. And I'm looking at you here. Oh yes, you know who you are. But no, my friends, I am the god of the harvest. Not just the harvest of all you see here, but the harvest of your hopes and your dreams and your projects. And if your projects and your dreams and your hopes have come to fruition at this harvest time, then celebrate with me now. And if they haven't, if the seeds that you sowed early in the year fell upon stony ground and didn't flourish and grow the way you'd hoped, do not fear, because I will return again next year. Your hopes and your fears and your dreams and your projects will grow together. We will grow together over the coming year, and I will return at harvest next year, and we will celebrate together again. So for now, my friends, enjoy your harvest, drink and celebrate. For yes, John Barleycorn is dead, but long live John Barleycorn! There we go, my friends, a true story about John Barleycorn. Don't believe it? Well, that's fine. But I'm telling you, it's a true story. Let me know what you thought, are. Drop me a line on Beneath the Long Man's Feet, Facebook or YouTube, whichever is your preferred medium. It's always good to hear from you. Let me know what you're doing for the harvest, for the Lammas or Lughnasasgh, or whatever you celebrate at the turn. But as always, my friends, until we meet again on this surprisingly glorious day, considering the weather we've been having recently, I now bid you hail and farewell.